Aries, what's up, y'all? How you doing? Time for the weekly check-in. Let's see what's happening with you guys for the last week of June. June week 4. So remember, just a weekly check-in, so it's going to be a short, sweet, quick, general, energetic overview. So for those of you in need of a personal reading, you can find all the information that you need on how to go about doing that right down here in the description of this video. And all right, let's hop into this. Get these good vibes in the air. All right, let's see what's happening with Aries' situation. What's happening with Aries' situation, universe? What's happening, man? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? What's happening with Aries in the last week of June? Ooh, the 6 of Cups. Ah, okay, hang on. 2 more shuffles. Ah, the Ace of Swords reverse, though. So, the person that you're dealing with, I do think, does want to talk to you. They just don't know exactly how to approach you. They miss you, though. They are missing you. Ooh, we got that Ace of Cups, too, man. Uh-oh, the Devil card. Well, I do think this person does still be obsessing over you for real. And they probably make it a really strong point to try to check up on you and see what you got going on and spy on you and stalk you and shit. They just don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to start a conversation with you. So, kind of looks like they're just walking away from this because they don't know how to approach you. They miss you, though, but I don't know what the deal is. Why are they so afraid to approach you? What is it they're worried about? Most of the time, when this kind of energy comes through, it'll indicate what they're worried about or why they're afraid to approach you. You know, like they're afraid you're mad at them, or they're afraid that it'll turn into conflict. It's not even telling me here. It's not telling me what it is that they're worried about. I'm going to have to dig in and see. Yeah, throwing in the white towel, man. Maybe they just want closure. Maybe they just want closure with this situation. So, some of you dealing with a Capricorn. All right, well, could be anybody. That's just an energy. Let's see their truest, deepest feelings. How are they feeling about you at the deepest level? What's their actual intentions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they in general? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Hang on. Ace of Cups, man, I told you. They got feelings for you. They absolutely got feelings for you. I think they want to make a return. They want to clear the air. They're just too afraid to come forward. I don't really think it goes any deeper than that, honestly. This is pretty much, for the most part, the same thing the last spread said. Devil card again, man. This is pretty much the same damn message. So I don't think that it really goes any deeper than what we saw in the last spread. It doesn't go a whole lot deeper than that. So with the 5 of Wands reversed, then that would indicate to me that maybe they're afraid of conflict. Afraid of conflict, afraid you're mad at them. So if anything, I think they're probably just curious to see whether or not you have feelings for them too. You know, because now they want you to think that you don't take up any space in their head. They want you to think that they don't really care. They've moved on. It's no big deal, you know. But yeah, no, I think they still be obsessing over you. And just, see, look, they see you as 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. So you really definitely look like you don't need them. You don't need nobody. So yeah, maybe they're just a little bit afraid of the embarrassment. Like if they was to try to come forward and talk to you and you was to reject them or say something mean and angry to them, that would just make them feel like the dumbest ass, you know? So, okay, well, let's get the advice on this then. Let's just jump straight to the advice. Let's see, would it even be a good idea for you to reach out to this person? What's the best advice for Aries for the last week of June? Best advice for Aries. What's the best advice for Aries? Ooh, 8 of Wands there. Hang on. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, but the Lovers is reversed there too. So, 5 of Wands reversed. Okay, this is what I thought here. So, if you're wanting communication anytime soon, it's more than likely going to have to be you that does it. Here's the issue, though. There's still quite a bit of tension coming from this person here. They're still very guarded. Now, why are they guarded? Did you give them reason to believe that they need to be guarded? Did you say something really out of pocket last time you saw them? Or are they just projecting? I don't know. I don't know. But that doesn't change the fact that this person is still very, very heavily guarded. So what I would do, what I would start off with if I was you, only when it feels right, is I would shoot this person a closure message. Close it out. I think I already gave you all this advice, didn't I? I think I already gave you all this advice. But this is going to have to be closed out no matter what you do. Just speaking from the perspective of energy, frequency, and vibration, this is going to have to be closed out no matter what. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Especially if you want to move forward and find somebody new, you're going to have to close this out and wipe the slate clean. But especially if you want to bring somebody back into your life from the past, you're still going to have to close all that old shit out. That's what I would start out with if I was you, honestly. You know what? This is kind of telling me, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to mention this. But we got Lover's card reversed down here. This is kind of telling me that I think a lot of you, if you were to be in the same room with this person for 15, 20, 30 minutes, the energy would just feel so off that you may not even know if you could bring this person into your life. The two of you are becoming so vibrationally distant that even if you do energetically approach this situation the right way, closing everything out, you know, processing through and releasing the past energy and coming back together, and both of you bringing a new energy back to the connection. For a lot of you, I'm feeling like even if you did that, the energy is still so different between the two of you that you may not even feel a connection anymore. So you got to be careful with situations like that, dude. That's what I would do if I was you. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if there's anything new coming in for the singles. Anything new coming in for the singles in the last week of June? Uh-oh, Devil card. King of Pentacles reversed. Well, the good news is we have the Page of Swords here. So I'm seeing communication coming in. Okay. Now, there's a card that I'm missing. So I don't want to dump all of my energy into this, but this kind of feels like it could be a test. Now, I don't have the card for that here. You know how sometimes you'll hear me say you're going to be tested? I don't really have the card for that here, but I do have the energy for it. But I'm not going to lean all the way into that. But I am seeing communication coming in. Somebody is interested in you. But I don't think that they have the greatest intentions in the world. I don't think so. But I don't really think you're going to have a problem with that. Because this person's energy, well, not just their energy, but I think they're probably going to try to play mind games with you. That's going to trigger your defenses and make your spidey senses start going crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Four of Wands reversed. Oh, and the Knight of Wands. I don't even think you're going to fall for this, honestly. I don't think so. This looks, I know y'all hear me say this all the time. I say it all the time because it comes through all the time. Classic case of, I got my heart broke, so I need to get laid. Classic case. Lots and lots and lots of relationships form off the back of somebody get their heart broke, so they want to go fuck somebody and feel better about themselves. And then, boom, next thing you know, you're in a relationship. Don't get me started on that, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. It's what I'm seeing this person's intentions are. Let's see the outcome of this situation, how it plays out. What's the outcome? How's this playing out? What's the outcome of this situation? How's this playing out? Ooh, Star card. Okay. Two of Swords reversed. A final decision is being made. I think you're going to walk away from this. Yeah, you walking away from this. Some of you might acquiesce to seeing what this person's all about. You know, maybe talk to him a little bit more, maybe hang out with him, go out and have some drinks or go on a date or whatever the case may be. But like I said, man, a lot of you are really getting to that point where you're energetically very sensitive, you know, and when you get to that point where you're becoming energetically sensitive, you know, when somebody's bullshitting you, oh man, it weighs on you so heavily, triggers your defenses. It gets so heavy, you know. And I don't really think you're going to give this person the time of day. You're walking away from this. Two of Cups reversed, Eight of Cups, man. Walking straight away from this. Empress reversed. I don't even think this is taking lift off. Some of y'all might not even go on a date with this person. If you do, probably just once. Probably just once. Well, let's grab the advice then. What's the advice for Aries? What advice do we have for Aries universe? A death card. Hang on. Ten of Pentacles. Focus on your money, boo-boo. Look, check this out. Okay. So, for those of you who are new to my channel or new to my style, I primarily specialize in universal laws, energy behavior, and the science behind vibration, attraction, and manifestation. Now, remember, vibration is the primary law, attraction is the secondary law. You only attract in according to the frequency in which you vibrate. To change the frequency in which you vibrate so that you can attract different takes time. It's just like you're an old school fucking radio. You know, it doesn't have to be old school, but you know, the kind where you have to turn the knob. You know, when you're sitting in your car, there's hundreds of frequencies blasting through your car, but your radio is only tuned into one. It can only be tuned into one at a time. Same with you. There are so many different vibrations and frequencies and timelines going on around you, but you're only tuned into one. We only have the brain capacity to tune into one at a time. And people who start tuning into more than one, well, they throw them in the mental hospital and call them schizophrenic. So, you're going through a transformation right now, and it's a slow process. So right now, you're tuned into 93.1. Everything and everyone in your life is also on 93.1. Every music artist, every commercial, everything you experience is on the same frequency as you. Well, you're going through a period right now where you're turning that dial and tuning into 107.7. So you're going through a transformational process where you're changing frequencies. In between 93.1 and 107.7, lots of people are going to come and go in and out of your life. When you go from 93.1 to 94.6, now you're going to tune into that vibration. And it's very likely that somebody could come into your life because now you're tuned into that frequency, but you're not done. You're still tuning to 95.6. And then the person who just made their way into your life will fall away. And then once you make it to the next frequency, someone will come. As you move out of that one, they will go. And then on and on the process goes. People will come and go and come and go. Don't attach yourself to anyone. Don't attach yourself to anyone. And I know that's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. But when you're in the middle of an evolutionary process or a healing process or a manifestation process, you can't attach yourself to anyone or anything. You have to be able to just allow things to happen the way they naturally want to happen. If somebody comes into your life and then they start to drift away, don't grab them and try to jerk them back into your life. It's a slow process that you're going through. You'll probably have a few people come and go in and out of your life. And hey, man, I'm going to tell you what right now, though, as long as you stay on the path that you're on right now, by the time 2026 gets here, things are going to be looking very good for you. Very, very good. Now, again, in the interim period, there could be scary things that happen. It could be like not fun. But yeah, I can tell you based on the timeline you're on right now that if you stay on this path, 2026 is going to be looking real good. But hey, at any given time, you could step off path. Something could pull you off path. Well, technically, nothing pulls you off path unless you grab onto it and allow it to. But that's a different topic for a different time. Yeah, somebody comes into your life and it feels like they're playing with you. Shut that shit down. Didn't we already talk about this last time? I know I already told you all that a week or two ago. Yeah, don't be afraid to shut some shit down that don't feel right, feels funny, feels weird. Give it a little time to see if the energy wants to straighten itself out. But if it don't be afraid to shut it down. All right, y'all. Well, I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is all down here in the description. All right. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.